Okay, so we're going to start the process by clicking on the push, which is going to generate all the static files. We just need to wait for the process to finish. So let's see what's going to happen. So the plugin is calculating the total files, and then it will keep us up to date on the screen, and so that we can get a rough idea how long it's going to take. So the crawler is going through the website as an end user. So it's seeing the site from an end user point of view and creating all the URLs and the content accordingly. So if you can imagine, if I go to the website and I see the site as it's rendered in the browser. So even though it's PHP, it's a dynamically build the site. For the static site to work, it has to render every single URL and store so that the site can work. So what we are going to see in the output is pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that's what it's going to do. So it's going to visit every single URL and then create the site, create the rendered output for that particular URL and store it. So now we see here there are 5,974 pages of files. So every URL is an HTML file. It's going to work through that, and we will get a zip file to download. And then all we have to do is unzip it and upload the folder onto Cloudflare. Okay, so let's wait for the plugin to finish the process. Okay, so the plugin has finished processing all the files and it has created a zip file. So now we have to download the zip file and upload onto Cloudflare. So I just click on the zip file and they ask me to download and I give it a name. So area UK and then download the file. So we have to unzip the file. So I'm going to unzip behind the scene. Then we will start uploading the file onto Cloudflare. So we are on the CLI now. In order to upload onto Cloudflare, obviously you need to have a free account, minimum free account. Obviously you can have a paid account as well. So how do we connect to Cloudflare through CLI? So it's a CLI tool called Wrangler that we have to install. So you just need to say sudo npm, it's a node application, install global, then say Wrangler. So obviously I have already installed, so it's going to say it's already there. But for the sake of this demo, I just do it again. Okay, so it's all installed, all done. Then you have to say Wrangler login, which will open a browser window where you have to put your credentials in, and then it will return to the CLI. So I've done all these things, and I'm already logged in. So I'm now ready to upload the file. Okay. So once you are logged in successfully, all you have to do is you have to say Wrangler pages deploy, and then the folder in my case, it is array UK, and don't forget you have to pass the project name. Otherwise, it will just remember the last project you uploaded. Obviously, if you never uploaded one, then it will prompt you to enter the project name. But in my case, I have a few projects already, so it will remember the last one and then it will replace the last project with the new content, which I don't want to do. So I pass the project name, which is ARA UK. So now it should check whether the project already exists. If it doesn't, it will ask me to create one. Okay, so yeah. So I just leave the branch name as default. This is for the Git um, purpose of the Git. So in my case, it's production. That's the default one. So now it's going to upload all the files. So as we see here, it is showing exactly the same amount of files that we created using the WordPress static plugin. So 5,974 files, which makes sense. And it's just uploading onto Cloudflare. So let's have a look. The uploading has finished, successfully deployed, and we can also see where to find the website is. And this is the Cloudflare generated URL. And let's see what we have to do on the Cloudflare website. So we are on Cloudflare website workers page, which you will find here under compute and workers page. So there's a new page, new project created called Area UK. If I click on it, I can see the page is here. So by clicking on the link, I should be able to see the website. Yep, that looks perfect. This is a copy of the WordPress site. Let's click about services, block, and contact. That's very important. Okay, so that looks perfect. So we managed to upload the site. It is now available here. So let's see how we can link the site with the domain. So under custom domains, we can set up the domain. So in my case, it's very convenient because the domain is already hosted by Cloudflare, but it doesn't matter where your domain is hosted. So I'm going to say arrayuk.com, continue. And then it's telling me the current existing A record, and we have to create a C name pointing to this URL. Okay, so I'm going to say activate because Cloudflare should be able to do that automatically. If not, we can still fix it. So it's working on it, and we will see the status here very soon. So while it is working on this domain, we also need to set up another domain with www so that all the requests will be coming through to the static site. So next, and it's the same thing, and then activate. Okay, so it is verifying at the moment, and then www also being created. So if we refresh, so they are being verified. So now if we go back to our domains, and then I have area UK, let's check the DNS on this domain. So the area codes for area UK, you see it's gone, and we have a CNAME automatically updated along with www. So in theory, we should see the change soon. So if we go to custom domain, it's still verifying. Shouldn't take too long. Once it's ready, our main domain will be pointing to the static site, and that's it. So it should work straight away. So if I go to the main domain, it's still there, which is good. Okay, so the main one is already activated and SSL enabled, you can see. The next one is with www, which is also going to be ready soon. So how do we distinguish whether this is a static page um, or dynamically built with WordPress? So one way of checking is if we can look at the certificate. It will say Google, because that's what they use, and Google Trusted Services. So which means um, it's Cloudflare, and also you can see the issued. It says 12th of May for some reason, but that's fine. And we can reload. It's there. Let's go back and check Cloudflare. Okay, still verifying. But we can remove the www and see what happens. So it's forwarding to. It's probably the domain is still working, but this is the process. So while we are looking at this one, there's one more thing that we can do is set up a rule to forward a non-www request to www, which is under rules. So if we go to domain, again, domains, overview, and then go to rules, overview, and so there are rules at the moment, but what I would like to set up is, okay, so create a new rule, which is a redirect rule I wanted to do. So I wanted to redirect from root, not that one. I have some existing rules which I don't need, so I have to get rid of them. So you can just disable. So eligible for cache. So delete all of them. So I don't need all these rules. Or we can look at the template. So we are looking for redirect from root to www. So this is the one. Create on the template. And then we're saying that redirect everything from root to www. And we don't need to worry about the query string because this is a static site. There is no query string. Then deploy. Okay, perfect. So now all the non-WW requests will also be forwarded to WW. And this is a static site, I think. By now, Cloudflare should have completed. So due to the fact that SSL is showing Google Trust, it probably is. Or I double check by going back to compute workers page and array. Check custom domains. Yeah, all active. So that's it really. Now the whole site is here. The WordPress website is now fully static. So, and performance-wise is amazing. As you can see, we are talking about milliseconds. And I can still update my local copy of the WordPress and then use the CLI to upload, so continuously deploy the changes. Obviously, I have to create the static using the plugin and then upload onto Cloudflare. That's it. Brilliant. That's everything I wanted to share today. Hopefully, this is something useful, something you can uh, use in your own project or you can somewhere else professionally. And I wish you good luck. And thanks for watching.